My name is Tom Hayes. I'm Director of Customer and Community Relations for New Jersey Natural Gas Company. And I want to welcome you to Community Connections, a program that SCAN puts on to really help get the community aware of all the different programs that are available to all of us and all these wonderful groups and organizations that really make our area a better place to live and work. Today, I'm very fortunate to introduce Linda Martin, who's the Director of Community Outreach and Business and Community Development from Brookdale Community College. So welcome, Linda. Appreciate your being here with us today.
Thank you, Tom. It's my pleasure to be here.
Great. So I was wondering if maybe you could tell us a little bit about your department and what you do at Brookdale?
Happily. The division I work in at Brookdale is the continuing education department, and I like to think of it, our mission is to have everyone who's between the ages of 8 years old and I'm going to say 80 plus years old come and visit us and partake in some kind of program that we offer at Brookdale. Specifically, I work on the lifelong learning and the camps programs at Brookdale, and we proudly put out, well, I would say about 100 programs every season.
Wow. That's impressive.
We put out 3 brochures, 3 catalogs each year, and you know, we offer just a vast variety of programming for people of all ages.
Wonderful. That's great. Now, how long have you been with Brookdale?
I've been there about 10 years now, and
Excellent.
for the last 6 or 7, I've been doing programming, not computer programming, but programming meaning developing
Sure.
classes, events, conferences, all kinds of different venues and means for people to come and participate in what Brookdale has to offer. One of our instructors actually coined this term. I can't take credit for it, but I think it's great because it said Brookdale Community College is not just a community college, but rather it is a college for the community.
Nice.
And we truly do offer possibilities for people of all ages and stages in life to come and have a new experience.
That's wonderful. That's great. And now, how does your lifelong learning fit into Brookdale's mission?
Well, I feel very fortunate to work at an organization that places such priority on this particular part of the college experience. For many reasons, mainly budget reasons, a lot of community colleges, a lot of colleges have really chipped away at their lifelong learning, scaled back their program. We've been very lucky to not have had to do that. And as a result, we are able to do, an enormous amount of programming for people. And we do really have a lot of followers who are senior citizens, who are people, or maybe not that senior, but people that now are at a point in life where they have the time and the ability to pursue things that they perhaps always wanted to do, but didn't have the time before, didn't have the opportunity, and now they do.
Right.
But it's not just about an age or being a senior citizen. A lot of our programs have broad appeal for people of all ages. For example, maybe you want to learn to cook or to paint or to speak another language. Right. We offer a great variety of programs in that way. And we also do a lot of events that are multi-day where, for example, summer. We have a very popular program called Summer Scholars, where we have the opportunity, we can accept about 100 people that come and spend a week on campus, and they select from a menu of choices of classes, history, literature, the arts, great variety of things, and spend the week on campus. And it's a great opportunity because it's not just academic, although of course it is, but It's a social experience as well.
Right.
And a great opportunity to get away from the screen. And by that I mean television screen, computer screen. I mean, there's a lot of ways that people are able to learn new things these days using the computer, using the television, but it's particularly nice to be with other people, other lifelong learners, people of that share your interests, share your passion for learning.
Right.
That kind of thing.
It's enjoyable, and I think it also adds to anyone's quality of life that they continue to learn and keep busy, and sometimes you could be sort of honing a hobby or creating a new hobby for someone.
Right.
And if somebody really does need the educational components, obviously they can take your regular standard type classes as well.
Sure.
And you know, it's nice because Brookdale has always had a very good and strong and long-lasting relationship with us here at SCAN. In fact, you have a representative on our board.
Right.
And it works really well because SCAN does similar type programming where we bring folks in, and again, it's not really the academic, the math and the know science classes, but it is some of those similar type classes. And I know we do some work together in terms of some of the programming and some of the trips that you do and all that. So it's really important, and I think the purpose of a program like this is to let more and more folks out there know that there's these wonderful opportunities available to them. And Brookdale, again, is really puts the community in community college. And I can tell you that just from being out in the community a lot myself. Brookdale is always there. They always have representatives out there at so many events, and always looking to lend a helping hand and all that. So it is a great organization. And I know those of us in the community are very appreciative that Brookdale is so engaged, which is great. So now tell me a little bit, what are the most popular programs that you find folks are looking for?
Okay, well, we have a lot of popular programs. I would say that the Summer Scholars Program that I mentioned in the summer is a big win. We also do day-long events at other seasons in the year, Come to Campus, where we will have a featured speaker, somebody from the arts, literature, whatever, come and speak to a larger group. And typically what we do is arrange workshops around that featured speaker. For example, last year we did a themed Come to Campus. The theme was Good and Evil, and we had Randy Cohen, who previously wrote the ethicist column for the New York Times. He was the featured speaker, and then we had surrounding workshops, sort of smaller lectures on related things, the topic of good and evil as it's expressed in literature, the arts, history, that kind of thing. It was a great day.
Wow.
So that's very popular. Our trips are enormously popular. In fact, we have a new person doing a new trip planner who is doing an amazing job and has gotten us to great places, you know, where we've had private tours of like the Waldorf Astoria, and we've gotten access to places throughout the tri-state area and beyond.
Nice.
And in fact, we've started to do some overnight trips as well. So
wow.
yeah, we just had some folks return yesterday from Gettysburg. And we have a trip upcoming to Pittsburgh, and you know, just a lot of great stuff planned ahead. I mean, I always think that I don't plan anything that I wouldn't attend enthusiastically myself.
Right.
So it's a privilege to
That's
work
great.
with all of this great
You know,
stuff.
and I find even working here at SCAN, and we also have a retirees club at the gas company that I work with, and these folks are available and fun-loving and happy and raring to go, and I can only imagine, especially these overnights, what kind of shenanigans might be going on. But
Well, I don't know. I can't tell. I can't reveal.
Keep that secret,
I can't
right?
reveal what really goes on there.
what happens at Brookdale stays at Brookdale.
That's
Is
right.
that it?
That's right. But I will say that yeah, it's you know, continuing adventure, because one of the things that we do is not only are we always looking for people that can speak to the classics in terms of lectures and opportunities. I mean, we rely heavily on very talented faculty at Brookdale to speak to topics in literature, history, the arts, et cetera. But we also follow trends. So if you find out that there's, you know, popular new information breaking in the health world, for example, or
Right.
science, you know, we're out there constantly hunting experts that are willing to come, you know,
Right.
visit, talk to students, traditional students, talk to adults, community members, all that. And one of the interesting observations I'll share is that, and I don't say this to insult traditional students at Brookdale, but you know, if you walk past the classroom, you can very often tell whether the students are continuing ed students or they're traditional students, because traditional students are probably very quiet, they're staring at the instructor, maybe not a lot of action.
Right.
If you go past a continuing ed class, very often there's dynamic conversation.
Yes.
And a lot of energy, a lot
Right.
of energy in the room, which makes it, you know, a terrific.
It's interesting, right?
Because
Because the traditional student is someone that almost feels they kind of have to be there. It's,
Well,
you know, we've all been there,
and
so
that's
we
it. I mean,
understand
when
it.
I talk to faculty, which I'm frequently doing, to talk to them about opportunities to come and speak to community groups, you know, sometimes there's natural interest, sometimes there's some reluctance, and I tell them, well, you know, you spend your days in classrooms with students who may or may not want to be there, but they have to. I'm going to put you in front of the classroom. Everybody there wants to be there.
Right,
And
right.
so what will happen is, in many cases, they become hooked.
Right.
Because it is. And our students bring with them, I mean, they're educated, sophisticated people with world experience behind them.
Right.
So it's a different thing than teaching somebody who's fresh out of high school and is, you know, new in the world and may not have formed opinions yet. So.
It's interesting. It's almost like you wish you could combine the two classes and put half and half.
When we do that,
'Cause then
and
there's
occasionally we can do that. Occasionally, like we had a speaker come, president of television stations, came and spoke at Brookdale, and we had that kind of an audience of people from traditional students all the way through continuing ed students, and it, you know, it was terrific because
Right.
the perspective, the comments, the whole conversation took a different turn. It was great.
That's pretty
It's great.
pretty incredible.
Yeah.
Now, you've sort of alluded to who your students are, but is there any more you want to tell us about who those students really are?
Yeah, I mean, it's a broader range than you might imagine because we do a lot of classes too that are, I'm going to say new and adventurous, whether it's in, you know, fly fishing or some of the arts. So really, although most people tend to be 40 or 50 plus, that's not always the case. I mean, we do have students in all age ranges. And we actually do a lot of programming for traditional age students, for example, that are preparing to take SATs or trying to improve their math or language skills.
Right.
So really, I mean, I don't want to categorize it and make it sound like everybody is, you know, older. That's not always the case.
Right, sure.
And we have a huge summer camp program. So.
Which is great. I want to talk to you a little bit about that. But while I'm thinking about it, how about contact information? Is there some contact information you can give to our audience?
I would
for
be
them
happy
reach
to
out
share. The best thing to do is call us.
And that number?
And that number is 732-224-2315.
Okay.
And that is our main registration number. And calling that number, you can be directed to a lot of different places, or you can just request catalogs, because we put out a variety of brochures, variety of bulletins based on caller wants and interests.
Right, okay. All right, we have a little time left, so just tell me briefly maybe about the camps that you're...
Summer camps, yeah, it's coming soon.
I'm
but
excited already.
But we
I'm
have,
gonna go.
you know, we have a huge. We offer about 100 different programs over the course of the summer. Typically, they're a week long. I work on the academic programs. Sports
Okay.
camps are also offered at Brookdale, but we have such incredible opportunities for kids to get into, you know, academics in a unique and hands-on way, because we have a lot of partnerships with organizations such as yours.
Right.
For example, we have a you know, a terrific program going with the Red Bank Veterinary Hospital, so that students who are in 6th, 7th, 8th grade who want to be veterinarian, and what kid doesn't at some point,
Right.
they come and they have an experience that's partly in the classroom, and the other part is they go to the veterinary hospital and they get to witness and take part in actual care of
That's
animals.
excellent.
So we do.
Well, I don't
you know,
want
some
to
great
cut you
stuff.
short, because I think our
All right.
audience is
Very
as
good.
intrigued as I
Okay.
am, so they
Very
can reach
good.
out to that number and get a hold of
Please.
you. But Linda, I do want to thank you for your time. I
Thank
very much
you.
appreciate it. And we have a short commercial we're going to go to at this point. But again, thank you very much for your time.
My pleasure. Thank you.
SCAN, the Social Community Activities Network, has been serving the active adult community since 1988. Our main campus is conveniently located in the basement level of the Monmouth Mall, near the mall management offices. SCAN's affordable classes include physical fitness, computers, digital photography, Spanish, Italian, literature, art, music, TV production, and more. Also, Medicare resources and programs such as Take Control of Your Health, Financial Literacy for Older Women, and Brain Fitness. SCAN will be featuring trips and lunch and learn programs geared to complement your lifestyle. Visit our website, www.scannj.com, or call us at 732-542-1326, or visit us.
All right, welcome back. Again, I'm Tom Hayes, Director of Customer and Community Relations for New Jersey Natural Gas Company, and your host for Community Connections. For our second part of this show, we are very fortunate to have Mary Ann Waclawik, who is a program administrator for Brookdale Center for Career Development, and she's going to be talking to us about her particular position and some of the programs that they offer. So, Mary Ann, I'd like to welcome you, and I appreciate you being here.
Thank you, Tom.
It's
a
great.
pleasure.
Certainly. So I guess if we can start, what are some of the program areas that you are responsible for at Brookdale?
Sure. We are the Center for Career Development, and we could be called the Continuing Education Department. We're in that area, and we develop non-credit career training programs. So if you're not going for an associate's degree, then you come to us. It could be maybe you have no interest whatsoever in getting a degree. You want to get training for a job, or maybe you have a bachelor's or even a master's degree, and you want to get a higher level certification training in certain areas, in-demand certification, professional accreditations, and credentialing programs. So those are that's the area, and we have it in basically 3 areas. We have healthcare training. It's a very large area where people can get trained for entry-level jobs, and then also all the way up to very high-level healthcare jobs. We have technology training, where you can get certified in demand technology certifications, and also just basic computer training. My area is what is called the other area, and that is anything else, and it can be in-demand credentialing programs such as project management and Lean Six Sigma certification training, but it can be all the way, the spectrum. It could go to other areas of training where you just want to get some skills, you want to get some knowledge, because you want to have a, some entry into a job. So that's basically it in a nutshell.
That's great. I know at New Jersey Natural Gas, we do use your folks to do some of our training here and there. I've gone to several courses myself, which is excellent because it helps you brush up on some of your skills. Obviously, you learn new things, and it's not like we're all going for, like you said, a master's degree or something, but it's good information for business folks to really be brought up to speed on, or to brush up on our skills, that sort of thing. So I know as a representative of our company that we really appreciate those programs and all that you do with that. So keep up that good work.
Yes, definitely. Continuing education.
Right, exactly. Now, how do you decide on what programs to offer?
We decide because we're constantly out there in the community reading data. We are reading, national magazines and what's happening up in our community and also nationally in the job market. What do people need to get a job, to advance in a job, their career? So it's just, and when we identify areas, we just go out there to try to find the best person, the expert in that, to come in and develop a program, have a program to give to our community who need job skills training. So that's how we do it. We just really are out there constantly talking and listening and reading and data, Department of Labor, etc., all over. So that's how we decide.
That's great, and that's pretty tricky. It sounds like pretty interesting too, but you do always hear, like I perk up when I hear reports about what are the where's the job market going, what's in demand, and what the expectation might be for the next 2 years, that sort of thing. Especially I have some kids in college and all that, so you're always thinking that way too. It's like, ooh, what should they be studying? And all that. So
it is tricky.
It's good at every level. It is good.
It sure is.
That's wonderful. Now tell me, what's the difference between a certificate program and certification?
That's a good question. Brookdale puts together training programs, and it could be a lengthy training program, anywhere from 24 to 36 hours of training, and even at the end of that, there's an assessment. You get tested. The instructor will develop an assessment, but it's a program that is from Brookdale, and that is a certificate. But we also have very high-level certification and credential programs that come from outside, such as we have a certified bookkeeper program that is from the American Institute of Professional Bookkeepers. We have project management, which can lead to a certified project management, a PMP. You are eligible to go on for that. We have a brand new program. It's a credential, a national credential in facilities management. So it's called the FMP. So we're launching that in September, and that's going to be a very exciting program. But we have a lot of these programs. I'm speaking of the other area. We have many, many in healthcare, credentials, certification programs. We have many in technology. But I'm just speaking about my area right now.
Right, which is pretty amazing. That sounds like a lot in your area.
Well, another interesting certification we have is in small animal massage therapy.
Wow.
Yeah, so we're out there, like, if we hear something, we're like, you had your dog, you had a massage for your dog? How does that happen? So we really we did some investigation and brought this program to Brookdale.
Wow. Did you ever have, like, real people be volunteers for that?
No, but we do bring in animals. No, but we actually at one time did have a human massage program. But I'm not here to talk about that. But
Gotcha. That's pretty interesting. Wow,
yes,
that is a wide
it's
gambit.
Very popular program.
That's excellent. Now, are there grant opportunities for folks to pay for their tuition?
Well, there is. If an individual is unemployed, they should really work with their one-stop career center in Monmouth County and find out whether they're eligible for an individual training grant, because they may be, if they're unemployed, they may be eligible for up to $4,000 in training. So that's the most important way that you can get your training funded.
Okay. Now, is that, what about for like companies and that sort of, is there any?
We have a tremendous program from the BIA, Business and Industry Association, where companies can get free training, entry-level and basic skills training, which can be anything from computer training to customer service training to ESL training. That is available through Brookdale, and it's also available to individuals who are employed who want to increase their skills and take these basic skills training in English, computers, and we have a lot of information that we can give you for that.
That's great. That's excellent. Now, you gave a lot of good information. We'll get a little bit more. But if somebody wanted to reach out to you and get this information or find out more, is there a number?
Yes, it's very, very simple. If you call our main number in our continuing education, and that number is 732-224-2315. And we have great operators there who will be able to get you to the right person, get you what you need, get you the brochure, or who to speak to. I mean, you can ask to speak to me, and I'll be happy to tell you about our programs.
Great, that's wonderful. And what other services do you offer?
For completers of our program, there is some job placement assistance.
Okay.
We do have that if you complete our program. But I think I want to also emphasize for the SCAN audience the kinds of programs, educational programs that may be of interest to them. And that would be, let's say I have in my mind a person who is retired from their lifelong work, and they're just not ready to not work anymore, and they may even want a change.
Right.
So you can come to Brookdale and get great training. I mentioned the small animal massage. We have a lot of people, recent retirees or people who are preparing to retire, who take that program because they can work for a vet. They can go in. Let's say they're a dog walker and they want to offer some additional services. we have a brand new program that's starting in the fall that I think is fantastic for senior citizens, and that's travel agent training. You can
Wow.
get certified as a travel agent, and it's run by, we have partnered with a multi-billion-dollar travel company called Travel Leaders of Tomorrow. So that, I think it would be really exciting for recent retirees or people, because you know, you get to be a little bit older and you're like, hey, I'm ready, I'm going to travel. We have nonprofit management. That's a terrific program because a lot of people who are retired, they decide they want to devote a lot of time to their favorite nonprofit.
Right.
And this program will give them the nuts and bolts of what their duties and what their responsibilities would be as a nonprofit volunteer. We have gemology, a certificate in gemology. Let's say you want to get a job at a jewelry store, and if you have knowledge of, we have a graduate gemologist from the Gemological Institute of America who will be teaching this. It's even a laboratory course. You look at gems under microscopes.
Excellent.
We have horticulture. Maybe you want a part-time job later in life to get a job at a garden center. Voiceover, let's say you have a great voice and you want to get a job as a voiceover talent. Writing for profit. This isn't just writing. This is writing that you're going to sell and you can make money, and we have training for that. Meeting and event planning. You can learn how to be a meeting planner, and that could even lead to, let's say, wedding planning. And so, you know, there's so many ways for older individuals, retirees, recent retirees to explore this and, you know, get into a whole new career.
That's great. I do find here at SCAN that's what we find all the time are wonderful folks that are, you have so much still to offer in life and really have a robust outlook
That's right.
on their futures, and really looking to do things and contribute and participate. And that's why I think organizations like ours, as well as Brookdale, are just really important
That's right.
organizations for our community, because it really does add another level of a quality of life.
That's right.
For folks that, you know, just because you retire doesn't mean you
Right.
evaporate.
That's
so,
right.
you know, and now you can have a chance to do things that you really want to do or really like to do, and at your own pace, which is the other beautiful thing, right? So
Right.
if you're interested in doing something twice a week, you do it twice a week as opposed to every
Right.
day of the week.
Exactly.
And if you like it enough, you might do a little bit more. Maybe you want to learn something else, and you start doing that too.
That's right.
But you have all those options. And like I say, with our retirees club, our retirees are all very happy people.
Yes, they
love
really
working
are.
at the gas company, but they're happy to
Yes.
be, you know, free and on their own too. So it's really great, and I think it's important that you do offer those types of programs. Now, how long have you been with Brookdale?
I've been there a long time.
Okay.
I've been there since actually 16 years.
Okay.
So yeah, it's great. Brookdale's wonderful, and I'm very happy to be part of Brookdale, because it's like you say, it adds so much to the quality of life of the people in our area, and it's great to be, you know, part of that.
Yeah, I agree, and there's always so many wonderful folks out there. You know, I see them on a regular basis that are involved in the community at various different programs, lending a hand, lending, you know, some financial resources, certainly many in-kind resources. And even here at SCAN, Brookdale's very involved and helps with us and prints our newsletters and
Yes.
all kinds of things. So it's
We're
important.
very happy.
And, you know, again, a community college should be all those things. So,
That's right.
So I do think it's great. Well, I do want to thank you for your time. I really think you did a wonderful job.
Yes.
It's
Oh,
great
can I
knowing-
add one thing
Sure.
about our fall brochure is coming out very soon, so call the number that I gave before and get on our list, and we'll send it to you.
That'd be great. Very good. I'm sure our folks will be looking forward to seeing that and calling and getting that information. So again, I appreciate it, Mary Ann. You've been a wonderful guest.
Thank
and,
you.
And we here at SCAN very much appreciate our partnership with Brookdale, and we look forward to working with you in the future.
Good. Thanks for having us.
Our pleasure. Thank
Okay.
you.
Bye now.